Therefore, behold, I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes.
In a year where there has been much change in the tectonic plates of human society, in a year which has witnessed widespread changes in governments and heads of governments, who would believe that prophecy declared some of these changes, and by so doing marked the interest of high heaven in the affairs of men? Sunday, 3rd January 2022.
Then I saw boots. This one I actually saw, and I still see when I think of it. Boots, military boots, they were black. And I was seeing boots, and they are military marching in a presidential palace. I was not sure in the country. I suspect a few, not one, a few, probably 2 or 3. So, but I will not. But I saw boots in a military, in a presidential palace, and I heard something like assassins and a military mutiny. So you know that certain president is in trouble.
On 24th January 2022, the military overthrew President Roch Marc Christian Kabore and seized power. Coup leader Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Sandawogwe Damiba became head of state. In a typical but a rare people's revolution, masses raided the presidential palace, and when the armed forces, police, and the military joined them, this forced President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to agree to resign. In a record second military mutiny in 1 year, on 30th September 2022, Army Captain Ibrahim Traore and fellow officers forcefully removed President Damiba from office. But because the military movement MPSR remains in charge, this was seen as more of a palace revolution than a military coup.
I was not sure in the country. I suspect a few, not one, a few, probably 2 or 3.
These were at least 3 confirmed coups, that it may be fulfilled what was spoken by the prophet of God. Part 2 of this prophecy on governance was manifested in a string of coup attempts, including one in a country that would have been least expected to make this list.
There has been heavy gunfire in Guinea-Bissau near the government headquarters in the capital, Bissau. The West African regional bloc, ECOWAS, has called it an attempted coup. The cabinet meeting was being held at the time. Nick Hack has been following developments from Dakar and Senegal, joins us on Skype. Nick, what more do you know?
Well, there's a precarious calm right now in the capital of Guinea-Bissau. We know that the military have taken control of key locations within the capital.
President Umaro Sissoko Embalo reportedly survived an attempted coup after gunmen attacked the palace of government for hours, while the president and prime minister were inside. The military government in charge of Mali reported that it failed an attempted coup. This attempt was blamed on an unnamed Western nation that is widely perceived to be France. On 2nd December 2022, the interim president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, confirmed that there had been yet another coup attempt. In the largest anti-terrorist organization in decades, Germany's security forces arrested a team of people suspected of masterminding a coup. They were led by the minor aristocrat Heinrich VIII, Prince Roch, who was to become head of state. The government of President Adama Barrow reported having failed attempts of a coup in a Western African state. In all these changes and challenges to the power of the governments of men, the High King of Heaven exposes the vulnerability of the princes of this world and establishes the assuredness of the government of King Jesus. Do you hear the call of prophecy?